Get your week started off on the right foot. Check out New School Knicks Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Come in, enjoy having that Knicks talk the way that you love to have that Knicks talk to you. Join your host, Mr. Rivera, Greeny from LI, the People's Champ, King and G, Sunday mornings at 9 a.m., New School Knicks. Yeah. Yeah. It's your main man, Uncle Freezy, the number one chief rocker in Knicks universe. Join me and the man that's so smooth he does not require a chaser, Anthony D. Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. for Old School Knicks. Come join the party. Never really noticed what you want. Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? This is number one chief rocker, your main man, Uncle Freezy. Welcome to the Knicks at Night podcast. This is a special edition. So tonight we're going to record a podcast so that we can convert it into audio format so that we can put it out there on all of the audio platforms that you see listed at the bottom of your screen. So if you're listening to this on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Player FM, and other audio platforms, first, thank you. Thank you for listening in and downloading. We appreciate y'all. And we are going to try to turn this circus that we have every night into a Broadway play, right? So that it'll come across in audio format in a smooth way. And at the same time, I am going to diss the Golden State Warriors and their fans. Greeny, is that possible?
Yes, sir, it is. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Good evening, good night, good afternoon, wherever you are.
Yeah, man.
Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm asking, listen, I'm asking if you join the panel, just wait your turn to speak. Make sure your microphone is working properly. Make sure you have headphones in. You know what I'm saying? Make sure we be on our best behavior because we're going to try to convert this show into the audio format and things of that sort so that others around the world can listen to us and check us out. And so if I boot you because of technical reason or you ain't quite right for this one, don't take it personal. You know, there's always tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Greeny, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. On my way home from work.
Again?
I work 24/7. There's 24 hours in a day. I'm working 23.
Yeah, man. 23 of them, bro.
Don't stop. It ain't got no breaks.
23 of them, man. And in that 1 hour we not working, bro, we taking a break. No sleep till Brooklyn.
Nope. I get 15 minute sleep breaks. That's all I get. 15 minutes, 45 minutes. That's 45 minutes. I got to shower. You know, come on, man. So 15 minutes, though, I got to sleep. That's all I can give sleep right now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm with you, man. Let me see. Hey, Adam, what's good? How you doing, brother?
I'm good, Uncle Freezy. How are you?
Hey, man. The same as ever, bro. I'm ready to get into this Golden State Warriors talk, this Knicks talk, because the Knicks fans like to have that Knicks talk the way we talk that Knicks talk to them. They prefer it. They like it a certain way, and we are going to do that tonight. I'm going to try to keep the panel civil for the most part. Keep it civil, and you know, touch on a lot of different topics, but I mainly want to talk about the thrashing the Golden State Warriors are going to take tomorrow Jay Giant is in the building. What's good, man? The Knicks in the building. Shout out to Don P. Don P is in the building. Will Salkin, Selly, what's good, man? What's good, Selly? Man, we see all of y'all in the chat. Appreciate y'all for coming through, rocking with us. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. So Adam, how do you feel? How do you feel about your Knicks going into this game against the Golden State Warriors tomorrow night? What's your feeling on it?
I truly believe the Warriors are going to come in angry from their loss there tonight. So I feel that the Knicks have to be ready for that and get ready to shut down Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Jordan Poole, and Draymond Green.
Okay.
Once you shut down those four guys, the Knicks shouldn't have no issues.
Right.
But when those guys are angry and they start hitting their shots, it's gonna be a long night for the Knicks.
Right. Right. If you're a Golden State Warriors fan and you're watching this, let me first say thank you for your patronage of subscribe to the channel. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, subscribe to this channel. Also, subscribe to Athletic Alchemy, Uncle Alchemy. He's the Golden State Warrior guru out there on the West Coast, right? So make sure you subscribe and like all his stuff. Go to his Patreon and all that stuff. He didn't ask me to do that, but I appreciate his work. He was on with us during the summertime. I think he was on with us during the summer, man. He does excellent work. But that doesn't mean I like the Golden State Warriors' chances against the Knicks. Right? I think this is probably the easiest game we have on the schedule on this West Coast thing, on this West Coast trip. I think the Knicks are going to go in and win by 10 or 11 and embarrass the Warriors on ESPN.
Whoa. That's a pretty good prediction there.
It's bold, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's a bold prediction. I'm almost I'm almost at a point, and hear me out on this, because I don't want to sound like a crazy person, right? I'm almost at a point where I think the Knicks are going to win the next 3 in a row, right? Golden State, at Phoenix the next day, and at OKC the following Monday. And here's why. The Golden State Warriors are aging right in front of everyone, and no one is noticing because they are the current holders of the Larry O'Brien Trophy. They're the champs. But here's the thing. James Wiseman is Kwame Brown, right? Klay Thompson is no longer Game 6 Klay. Okay? Draymond Green is a shell of himself. G-Money, what's good, G-Money? Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody, while they are talented, have not figured it out yet. And so what I'm telling you is, if we can get a big game from Cam on Andrew Wiggins and stop everyone else, I think we can withstand a Steph Curry barrage. And it's coming. It's coming. Right? Nobody on this roster can guard Steph Curry. Not now, not ever. Right? But this game against Golden State tomorrow night in Golden State is one of these games where if the Knicks win this, I can see the Knicks rolling off 2 or 3 wins in a row after that, just off of confidence alone. What say you, Greenie?
I see the Knicks winning, and tomorrow, I know I sound crazy, but I do. the Knicks beat Golden State last time we were in the Bay Area. We beat them at home.
Right.
Last year, our team, look at our team last year. Our team was not the it last year. We still beat the Golden State Warriors.
Right.
So it can be done. It's not like it can't happen. The Warriors right now look like they only depend on Curry to score. I think it's only been one game when Curry hasn't led the Warriors in scoring. I think it's only been one game this season.
Right.
Like you said, it doesn't look good. Klay doesn't look like Game 6 Klay or 50 points on 12 dribbles Klay. He doesn't look like that Klay anymore.
Right.
If Cam Reddish could shut down Wiggins, if Cam Reddish could shut down Wiggins and we could get some production out of our bench and Obi and quickly,
right.
I like how we look in this game.
And it's an ESPN game, so ESPN will have their haters out with their fangs out. The Golden State Warriors are the darling of the NBA. Don P, the Golden State Warriors are the darling of the NBA. And Selly, guess who is the dastardly villain of the NBA? The New York Knicks. And we hadn't done anything to anybody. You know what I'm saying? We hadn't done dirty deeds to anybody. We just can't win on the floor. And so for that reason alone, this David and Goliath showdown, and we are David, bro. We are not Goliath. Golden State is Goliath, okay? Let's just make that perfectly clear. I want to make that abundantly clear that the Golden State Warriors are Goliath. They've been to the NBA Finals 6 times in the last whatever amount of years. In the last 10 years or so, right? But the Knicks have been nowhere fast. And so we're kind of the enemy, kind of the punching bag. We're the cowboy that wears the black hat. Right? So we're kind of the cowboy that wears the black hat, but it's okay. Right?
We're the kid that gets bullied that has the most allowance at the week. So we just give the bully the most paycheck, basically, out of all the kids he bullies. Basically.
Shout out to Nice, who's in the chat. And Anthony D is in the building. What's good, Anthony D? What I'm going to say to everyone is this. On the floor, Jalen Brunson cannot guard Steph Curry. Right? On the floor. Offensively, Steph Curry will get his. Defensively, though, Steph Curry, can he guard Jalen Brunson? Adam, do you think Steph Curry can guard Jalen Brunson?
It's going to be a very tough task for Steph to guard Jalen Brunson. I think Jalen Brunson can score a lot of buckets on Steph. Because I think Jalen Brunson can beat Steph to the hoop a lot. With his speed.
Right.
I also want to say I'm kind of shocked to see the Warriors' record in 15 games at 6-9. I was more expecting the Warriors' record to be like 14-2.
Right.
But 6-9, that's a very shocking record.
Right. The Warriors got very old very fast. Yep. The Warriors got very old very fast.
I could say that. And their youth isn't ready, like you said, and their youth isn't ready yet to take over
right.
that sped up father time.
Right. I think their young core is younger than our young core. Right? Our young core has been around 3, 4, 5 years. Right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I agree with that. That's definitely true.
What I'll say, and I don't mean this as a means of being disrespect, but one team's arrow is pointing up. That's the Knicks. We beat the Utah Jazz. We beat the Denver Nuggets. Right? We're coming in facing a struggling Golden State team, and I'm not gonna lie to you. Am I overlooking them? Am I bypassing them? Looking forward to Phoenix? Yes. Right? Should I be? No. Things are what they are. I'm human. I honestly don't think this Warriors team, and no disrespect to Warriors fans out there, because I know you guys are hardcore basketball fans, but look, man, you can't figure out what to do with Kuminga and Moody. Wiseman looks like Kwame Brown, right? Steph Curry at 34 is emptying his tank right now to keep you guys afloat, but there is nobody on the horizon coming to save you, right? I think this Warriors team is getting Steph Curry's last gasp for the season without anybody on the horizon, because Klay is never going to be Game 6 Klay again. He's washed. Draymond is never going to be Finals Draymond ever again. He's washed.
And I don't see GSW giving the keys to Wiggins. Just
No, and
don't see it.
Steve Kerr coaches, and mind you, Dre, what's good, man? Dre, I put the. Oh, okay. Let me do this for Dre real quick. Let's bring in the real expert of our panel. Let's bring in IKBM Dre. But anyway, what I'm getting at is there's no help on the horizon for the Golden State Warriors. They're going to have to pull off a trade. Steve Kerr is a championship or bust coach. Steve Kerr is not a development coach. Steve Kerr wants that team to win now, so he's going to try to get everything out of everybody. It's always all hands on deck with them, and he's going to take that approach Friday night and lose.
And Klay Thompson, has he been shooting like Klay Thompson lately?
No.
He's really struggling too.
What do you expect out of Klay?
You asking me?
Yes, sir.
I expect Klay to be hitting his 3-point shots every time he launches one, but he's been missing a lot of them.
Okay.
I'm shocked to see how much Klay Thompson is struggling from the 3-point line.
Yeah. So for one, Klay Thompson this year is playing just about a career low in minutes. Not his rookie season, I wouldn't count those minutes, but he usually plays about 33 minutes a game. Right now, he's playing 29. Klay Thompson shooting 35% from the floor. He's taking 9 threes a game at 33%.
I was going to say, do you think that injury is bothering him or no?
No, I think Father Time is bothering him.
The injuries might be bothering him. He's been out for 2 years, so it's probably going to take Klay a little bit of time to get back to his rhythm.
To me, Klay is just not laterally the same speed. My fault, Dre. Go ahead, Dre.
Yeah, you good, bro. He had basically the 2 worst injuries you could ever get in basketball, back to back.
Back to back, yeah.
And then he's in his 30s on top of that, and he was never really an extremely gifted athlete. So all of that compounds is just we're looking at the twilight of his career, like
right now.
Play out
in front of us.
Yeah, he's not gonna be. Well, he might be on the roster for maybe a few more years, but he's not gonna get over 20 minutes of burn starting next year, the year after that. Like he's gonna be straight situational after a certain point if he wants to keep playing.
You know what he's entering into. For those that don't understand what I'm saying about Klay, I love Klay as a player. I love playing with Klay Thompson on 2K, bro. I love Klay. I love Stephen Klay. I love the whole branding of the Splash Brothers and all of that stuff. But Klay Thompson is entering into those Vince Carter years. Y'all remember the Vince Carter? You remember when Vince Carter used to yam on everybody's center, and then all of a sudden Vince Carter was taking 7 threes a game?
He's getting into those Penny Hardaway on the Knicks years. That's what he's getting into.
Yeah. He's getting into those Chris Webber years. where Chris
Where
Webber
you
dominated, and all of a sudden you're like, Chris Webber's coming off the bench? Yeah.
JJ Redick.
it'll be like once every 2-3 games where you see, oh, that's what he used to be,
Used to be, yeah.
and then about 95% of it is just a shell of what he was.
Yeah. Yeah. And don't get it twisted. Klay Thompson is going to moonwalk into the Hall of Fame.
Oh
Klay
yeah,
Thompson is
no,
going to
no.
do a backflip into the Hall of Fame. But as far as tomorrow night goes, I can see RJ Barrett shutting him all the way down. All the way down. Right? And what I expect defensively is Brunson on an island with Steph getting roasted for 50, but nobody else over 15. And that's including
It's
Klay and Wiggins.
the thing that made Clay's like fall off even worse is because he had just enough athleticism and height to where
Yeah.
if you tried to take away his 3 pointer or his mid range shot, he'd get a layup off on you. He'd attack
Yeah.
the rim. But now that
Sneaky athletic.
you have no respect for his drive. So you just
And,
sitting on that three. And he
and
doesn't
Lateral
his
have the same
quickness.
lift. He doesn't have the same lift either on his jumper.
right.
So when you just sitting on the three, no matter what, it's hard. No matter how great a shooter are you, unless you're Steph Curry. If you're sitting on somebody's 3 point shot, it's gonna be hard for them to get it off.
Yeah. Yeah. And his shot base is ruined. If you notice, his shot base is not that left right 1-2 smooth high finish anymore. Probably because of
Mhm.
leg injuries. Right? Klay
Yep.
Thompson had one of the sweetest strokes you ever saw in your life. But it's not that anymore. Now you see Klay can't get into that shot as quickly as he used to. You know what I mean? The reason why he
Yep.
could score 50 points on 6 dribbles is because he could get into that shot so fast that you couldn't contest it.
It was an
All he needed
effortless
was
motion.
yes, yes,
I mean,
yes.
he has to
But
put a
just
lot more into it now.
yeah. Now, well, can he get into the gym and get that stronger, smooth shot base? No, sure. Is it there right now? No, and he's not going to fix it in one day. And so I ain't even concerned. But if I'm Tibbs, regardless how Curry roasts our defense, and he's going to roast our defense now, regardless how, you got to leave RJ on Klay. You got to leave Cam on Wiggins and let those two neutralize each other. And you got to let Randall absolutely cook Draymond Green. That's the matchup that I'm looking forward to seeing.
I think this is the game where Clay actually gonna hit. I do.
I don't think
If
so.
this is the most important part. If we come out and our secondary players are hitting their jumpers, it'll be a long night for Draymond because he's gonna have to respect our shooting, and then the extra job that he has to have to like corral Randall on top of extra shooting is going to wear him thin because their team as a whole isn't playing good defense at the moment, especially when they go to their bench. Like
Right.
we might actually play like stalemate them from our starters, but our bench might run them off the court, especially if Poole isn't going right because Poole has been like very inconsistent this year as this year started.
Very inconsistent. Yeah.
Do y'all
He had a
feel if
good game a
Julius?
couple of nights ago though, but yeah. Go ahead, Granny.
I was gonna say, do you feel like if Julius gets Draymond in foul trouble, that changes the whole atmosphere of the game?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
like you
because
said,
he's the
James
best defender.
Wiseman. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. James Wiseman ain't going. I mean, I
James
feel like you can
Wiseman's in the
easily
G
get.
League as we speak.
He's in the G League. Yeah.
Oh man, so yeah, who's starting at
They
center for
put
them?
him.
Looney still?
Kevon Looney.
Yeah, Looney.
Yeah, Looney, and then they'll go small ball with Draymond at center. But Jordan Poole has 5 20-plus point games, and 2 30-plus point games, right? And those
Mhm.
30-point games came against buckle your seatbelts, the Detroit Pistons, and the San Antonio Spurs. And they lost to Detroit.
They lost to Detroit.
Yeah,
Right.
that was. I believe that
Right.
was a night where they had none of their starters playing. Nobody. No, there was Clay, Curry, Draymond, and Wiggins. I believe they all didn't play that game.
Right.
Didn't we beat them last year and the year before that?
Yeah,
Yep.
Or
I
was
just
it?
said that. I said, yeah, I believe we beat them actually the last 3 times in the Bay. I do think it's the last 3 times. I seen something today that I think it said the last 3 times we've beaten the Warriors in the Bay.
Wow. Wow.
We
I know
beat
Steph
them. We
Curry
beat
broke
them
the
last
3-point
year
record.
while we were like struggling in February or something like that. If I recall correctly, we were like struggling really bad when we beat them last year.
Right.
Yeah, that was the game that Cam Reddish had a good game.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also been noticing about the Warriors that I've been watching the Warriors basketball in the last couple of weeks, and Klay Thompson been getting frustrated with himself and with teams or players on the other teams like Devin Booker and other players. And even last night, he got frustrated.
It's a pride thing, man. Because when you're a great or was a great or were a great, and you're not playing to the standard that you're used to, it it hurts the ego, especially Clay because he talks a lot of junk on the court, man.
Yes.
Yep.
Y'all
So
seen
he
what
has
Bridges
like
did to him?
yeah, because so like he has like a lot of animosity built between him and other guards and wings over the last decade or so because he's been talking a lot of trash.
Yeah.
You seen what Bridges did to him last night?
Yeah, he put up the 3 point shot. I
Put
mean, the
that
3 point sign in
it
front
was
of his face
it was
while he's on the
literally
bench.
right in his face. Yeah, that was. I feel like that should have been a tech. He was like right in his face. Like
Right. So
Clay
Greeny.
gets a little sensitive. Yeah, go ahead. My fault.
No, ain't nothing to it. Let me just say this to Greeny. So Greeny, 2021. So February 10 of this year, the Knicks beat the Warriors 116-114.
I
Right?
remember that.
Yeah. So why is this thing? So this stupid thing had. Okay. So this thing has an ad pop up right in front of me. Julius Randle in that game had 28. Evan Fournier had 22. RJ Barrett missed that game. Right? RJ Barrett missed that game. But Burks had 15. Cam had 12. Taj Gibson had 10. Steph Curry had 35 of 11-25 shooting, and he was 5 for 16 from 3. Steph Curry was.
Yeah, I'm not expecting that this game, man. That man is on fire right now. On
Yeah.
fire for Steph Curry at that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, right? I agree with you there. But in February of 2020, and February of 2021, we lost at the Warriors, right? But January of 2021, we beat the Warriors, right? So we beat the Warriors. So we beat the Warriors.
We beat them this year in February, like you said. Then
Yeah, we beat them.
You saying this January we lost to them, but we
Yeah,
beat them this February.
Yeah, and it look and the Knicks beat them again in overtime in 2019. The Knicks at the war. I'm sorry.
So what's our record over the last 3 or 4 games? The ones you just read off. I'm sorry.
I'm looking at that right now. Let me click on here. I just want to just be patient with me while I pull it up. All right. So the Knicks, when we had Marcus Morris, RJ Barrett in them. So Marcus Morris against the Warriors had 36. Randall had 24. Listen to the stat line. Tell me if this sounds familiar. Randall had 24, 13, 5, and 4 turnovers. RJ Barrett was 22 and 10. Right? The point guard was Frank Ntilikina.
I actually remember that game because Marcus Morris was like on fire.
On
the entire
fire. And he kept snapping off the play. And
he was looking like Melo. He was looking like Melo, basically.
Yeah.
like a bootleg Melo.
A dollar store Melo. Now, the Knicks did lose to the Warriors in the game that Steph Curry broke the 3-point record. Yeah, everybody knows that.
Oh yeah. Spike was
But
looking.
that was at
pathetic.
the Garden. That was at the Garden. I thought you was only saying the games at the Bay.
Yeah,
You just
yeah.
talking about overall matchups.
But
Period.
but
Okay.
you asked me about the overall match. That's the reason why I said.
Yeah. Okay. No. I thought you was reading off the Bay games. I didn't know you was including the Garden game because
Oh,
I was gonna say, didn't the last time we versed him, Curry broke the record?
Yep. So basically, what I'm getting at by saying all of that is, I think the Knicks have a fair shot at knocking off the Warriors tomorrow night.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. They've been
Um,
underperforming.
is
I
Jordan
don't
Poole
know.
your X factor?
Who?
And
Jordan Poole.
it, Jordan, yeah, I feel like he is the X factor because he's the only one that can maybe galvanize the bench to compete with the Knicks' bench.
Right.
So
I
like
say
it,
Wiggins.
I feel like if our starting lineup stalemates their starting lineup, our bench is gonna like run them over.
Okay.
To be absolutely honest, their depth hasn't been that good this year. And
Okay.
like basically, Jordan Poole is their bench. He basically runs everything. He runs point off the bench when Curry's up the game, and when he's not having a good game, their bench gets like run over. But that, part of that has to do with Wiseman being very bad at basketball, and he's not playing at the moment. So
But
Smoke,
Jordan,
what's good? Hey, Smoke, what's good, man? Hey, so we're recording. So we recording this for an audio podcast. So I'm trying to keep everything really smooth and all that stuff, so that it'll go over to the audio podcast and everything. And I did see a live stream the other day, brother. How you been?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. I saw your joint, man. It was dope.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah,
I
man. Y'all
appreciate
go
that.
check out the Smoking Nick, man. Check him out.
I appreciate that as well, man. You know,
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. How you been?
It's good smoke.
I'm I'm actually doing well, man. Salute to the chat. Salute to the
yo,
Freeze. You feel
Yep.
me?
Yep.
Salute to the panel.
Yep.
Uh, I'm happy. I'm not even. I'm actually happy. You feel what I'm saying? Like we won. We playing tough. You feel me? We showing heart. We showing toughness. We showing grit. Like that's
Right.
all. That's all we really can
Yo,
ask for. Like at the end of the day, you know what I mean?
Right.
We got to ask our team to fight to the best of their ability
Right.
because not only do we know they can, you feel me? We've seen that they can pick each other up when some of them are down. So we
Right.
just need to continue fighting and doing it and putting in the work. And to be honest, man, like for all these dudes that think, and I don't mean to co-op nothing. I just want to be real quick. I'll be brief. Like that always, we always on the edge. I know I'm on edge about certain people too, but that's only a reaction to how other people get treated. But realistically,
mm,
we not that bad, man. We 500 right now. We could be 0-14. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like we need to appreciate the fact that our team is actually fighting and we
Mhm.
in it every night
Right.
and we only lost what 1 or 2 games we was out of. So I appreciate the team that we got at this particular moment. Can we do better? Can we have better people?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me bring in my man G Money. Hey, G Money. So we're recording this so that I can throw this on Spotify and Google Podcasts and Apple Podcasts, bro. So we asking everybody to be on their best behavior and all that stuff, like if the principal was in the room. But how you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. What's cracking and slacking, everybody?
Hey, man, it's been a
yo,
long time, brother. It's been a long time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
what's
man.
what's good, G Money?
What's
Uncle
going on,
Nick.
Adam? What's going on, man?
Hey, so how do you feel about the Knicks going into this Golden State Warriors game,
I
knowing
think
that they just beat the Jazz? They just beat the Jazz in Salt Lake City, which is
mhm.
something we don't do often, and we just beat the Nuggets in Denver, another thing that we don't do often. And now we're going into San Francisco against a Golden State Warriors team that is trying to figure some things out.
Right. Well, ironically, New York is 3-0 in Chase Center all time. Just a little G Money fun fact for you. The 3-0 in Chase Center all time, going back to 2020. And you want to hear this fun fact? Did you know that we beat the Warriors last year in February? That was the only win in February. It was against the future champs. Weird, huh? So yeah, in Golden State. Weird, huh? In San Fran, excuse me.
Right.
So I think they have a chance in this game. I mean, every team has a chance every night. That's why you have to play the game. So yeah, New York has a good chance in this game. Though. I think it'll be competitive.
You know what? I'm
I
so
think that
frustrated
we'll get
with
goals
the
to get
LA
goals,
Lakers. So I'm gonna come back and play point.
right? What you say,
Right.
man?
Nah, we good. Don't. Nah, that was just some.
Oh, right. So what I'm saying is that going into this game, I'm 50-50 about this game. I don't know what would happen. I'm 50-50 about this game, but it's going to be a close game, I can tell you, because New York has played faster since they got Jalen Brunson. I love the Jalen Brunson move. Very good pickup there. Julius Randle has pretty much looked like MIP Randle this year, I can say. Defense, killing it in the paint. So he's been phenomenal so far. And even I thought so and that's what's going on there. So if I have to guess what's going to happen in this game, I'm just 50-50. I don't know for sure, but it's going to be close. It's going to be a close game though, for sure, because both teams like to play fast. Golden State, both teams have been Golden State's been atrocious defensively. New York has been mediocre defensively, but offensively, both teams are still pretty good. I think it's going to come down to the wire tonight. I mean, on Friday, excuse me.
No doubt. No doubt, man. In terms of basketball, right now, I just think we're playing better than the Warriors.
Agreed.
Sure, they have, they may have the best player on the planet, right? But at the same time, I think we're playing better team basketball. My thing is, if we continue to share the basketball, right, and then connect on defense, I think you see us win in Golden State easy.
Possibly.
Yeah, and who is the X factor for the Knicks tomorrow night?
Don't sleep on Cameron. I don't sleep on. To me, it's between Reddish and also Quigley. One of those guys might have a big game.
Okay.
Sims, Cam, Hardenstein,
Yep.
Quickly,
Yep.
and RJ. Because even if he's sick, I don't care.
Let's be real. The X factor is RJ Barrett. If that man shows up, the Knicks win.
Agreed. I agree with that. Yeah.
Because my thing is, if he shows up in the games we need him to show up in, we win by a lot. We don't just win; we win by a lot.
I ain't ready to start this if train, bro. I'm not about to start this. Personally, I'm not about to start this if train with RJ Barrett. If Christmas was in November, it'd be Thanksgiving.
Big time.
That's true. That's true. But we gotta acknowledge it. We gotta acknowledge the fact that if he just hit 10 out of the 18, matter of fact, not even 10, 8 out of the 18 shots he takes, we do better.
5 or 6 out of them.
Right. What if RJ Barrett played a unselfish brand of basketball? How about that?
Yeah. That'd be nice.
Where you mean where he drives and then kicks it to somebody that's actually open?
Or when Brunson passes the ball to him on the right wing, he goes right. You know what I'm saying? Instead of calling for Brunson to set a screen for him so he can go left. Everybody knows he and Randall go left every time they get the ball.
That speaks to him losing his confidence. That speaks to him losing his confidence and him thinking his left is just the bread and butter that's going to get him right.
Just yakking a bunch of long balls too.
How could he be losing his confidence when we finally got our point guard, right? Randall is doing what everybody wants him to do. He should be excelling when all his opportunities are easy opportunities. He's the one that's forcing it.
When you miss like 7 or 8 threes in a row,
right?
It makes
Why are you taking 7 to 8 threes? I don't mean to cut you off. I apologize. Why are you taking? Bro. No, I understand. But if you taking 7 to 8 threes in a row, like if we playing at the park and you miss 2-3 threes, you're not going to take 5 more threes.
Right.
The thing is, if we go back to every single year he's been on the Tibbs keeps telling them to shoot no matter what. Every other time you've had like a completely horrific stretch, Tibbs keeps telling him to shoot anyway. So like
Right.
it's part of. I won't even say it's part of his DNA to do it. I would say the coach is probably telling him to keep shooting anyway, no matter what,
Yeah.
because he's assuming it's going to go in at some point. And to be absolutely honest, the Knicks need the spacing. We need guys to shoot threes because if we just keep turning them down, we're just playing in the defensive hands where they just bait
Yeah.
us into contested layups the entire time.
Right.
So like, right. So like, I get your point where it's like, don't keep shooting, do something else, drive and kick. But there's also like a middle ground where it's like if you keep doing that, that's just playing into the defense's hands. So
But
strictly,
fam,
like he needs to make his
fam,
shots. That's what it comes down to. He needs to make his shots.
Dre,
Right. Right.
Dre, if and I don't mean to cut you, Freeze. Let me just make a quick
No,
point, and
no, go
I'll
ahead. No, go
kick
ahead.
it right past to you. Like if he drives and kicks, that would open his game up so much more because they would understand that, oh, RJ's gonna kick to the open guy, then they can't collapse on him, right? But it's easy to collapse on you when they know you don't have no vision.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
You're
feel,
absolutely right. And and the thing about it is I don't want to get into RJ bashing. Now, mind you,
No,
And
I
Knicks
wasn't
fans, if you're
RJ
listening,
bashing, but
no, I know you're not, but listen, hear me out. What I'm saying is if you're a Knicks fan and you're hearing us talk about RJ, remember that we are talking about RJ Barrett's game right now.
hmm
We're not bashing RJ the player, right? If Randall was doing any of this that RJ Barrett is doing, Knicks fans would be rioting outside of MSG trying to get Randall. They would want to
I
trade
agree.
him to the Yakima Sun Kings
yes,
hmm
sir.
Or the
for
Shanghai Sharks.
yep for a wash and dryer. They don't even care. They wouldn't even want to play a back or a draft pick. They would just
For a
try to
bag of
recruit him out of.
wise chips.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, an old one too. The dusty ones in the back of the one. The dusty was in the back. You know what I'm saying? Like Poppy done had them in the box so long. Oh, I forgot about these. But yeah, man, nah, I got you. I get what y'all saying. So when we mentioned this about RJ, it's not about us saying that we don't like RJ, right? That's not what we saying. But it's clear. Yo, Smoke, I ain't even gonna lie. I saw RJ Barrett fake like he was going right, and I don't remember the rest because I fainted. Right? RJ going right. I didn't get to see the end of the play. He probably crossed over and went back left, but by the time Miss Mocha woke me up, the play was over. And, RJ Barrett going right is like a unicorn walking down the middle of your street.
It it's been the decision making for me, and I'm like, all right, I get that you're not shooting well, but it's the decision making. It's like, all right, like he had the one game where he had the four assists,
Right.
and then whole rest of the game he had the four assists in the first quarter, and then the whole rest of the game he was like, oh, all right, got my assist now. I could just chuck, and it's like, bro, like you got to do the best play possible. If you're not open, kick it. Why you? And I
Man.
don't know what is in his head. And I'm not trying to go super hard on him. I'm just saying, like, he has this Chuck mentality, like, and I don't know what. I don't know. I respect the soul that
I don't
he
think it's a
gonna
Chuck
fake it till he
mentality.
make it. It's a Chuck mentality. But
Nah, it
if
goes
you
back
don't,
to what Dre is saying. If your coach is gonna keep telling you to shoot the ball, like, come on, man, you gotta listen to what your coach is telling you, and you gotta understand. RJ is not what does he
hold on,
do
hold on.
good? He's not a
Hold
passer.
on,
He's
hold
not.
on.
He's
He's
like,
a
come on.
grown man. He ain't no kid. He a professional, right? Even the coach
But
might
everybody
tell
has
you
a
to keep
role.
shooting there. Let me finish
Everybody
my
has a
point, and then I'm
role.
gonna let you.
Like,
I'm gonna let you respond. But all I mean is this, right? If you know that you ain't got it, why you gonna keep shooting it?
Right.
because your coach is
Because the
gonna keep
coach,
telling you to
because the
shoot it.
coach
Like,
tell you
what do
to
you
keep.
mean?
Nah.
If
When do you hold
Jimmy calls a
yourself
timeout,
accountable?
you got to understand. I've been a basketball player. I've been in these timeouts. I know what a coach is gonna say. He's gonna tell his player, "I've seen you shoot better like this. Keep shooting. It's gonna come." Your coach is gonna tell you that. He's gonna tell you that to build your confidence up. So you're gonna
Yeah,
go out in the
encourage you.
game
I
and
know what
yes,
encouragement
yes.
sound like. I get
Okay.
what you're saying. But
Right. So
when do
just think
you
about
check
that.
yourself in the game and realize
That's
you ain't got
that's
it that game? Is
that's
what I'm
mentally.
asking.
That's mentally has nothing to do with Tip. That has RJ Barrett. That's RJ Barrett's fault.
But you
He
just
needs to
said it
go through
was.
that with
You
himself.
said it was. No, hold on. You just said it was Tibbs because of the simple fact that
The coach
he's going to keep
is
encouraging Art.
yeah.
But that's what
Yes,
coaches do. What I'm saying is,
yes,
when
but
is
it's
RJ
RJ's
going to check
decision.
himself and realize
Yes, I
that
agree with you
I'm
on
not
that.
having a good game and I need to do something different? Is what I'm asking.
That's true. I agree with you on that. What happens if
That
RJ is saying that to himself and Tibbs is still telling him to go out and shoot?
he needs to do what he thinks is best, not what the coach is telling you. You need to do what's best. That's going to help us win, not
Hey,
just go out
Greeny,
there chuck.
Greeny, what about this? What about this? Right? Listen to this number right here. Right. Just hear me out on this. Yo, somebody rattling something? Somebody, what is it, Santa Claus
I
over
heard
there?
some plates or something.
Oh. Yeah, somebody got. Yo, chill out. Hey, yo, if you're not, you know what I'm saying, just remember, keep in mind that we trying to do this audio joint so that we can put it on Spotify. Right.
Yep.
So if you got something going on in the background,
Just
you know what I'm
just
saying?
me.
Yeah, if you got a dice game or if you're at the casino, just mute. Right. Just listen to this number, right? Julius Randle was 11 for 21. He took 10 threes, right? But he finished the game with 34 points, 4 steals. Yes, Randle with 4 steals, 4 assists, 11 rebounds, right?
Mhm.
RJ Barrett finished 4 of 18. RJ Barrett took 9 threes, didn't hit any of them. He finished the game with 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. What I'm saying to you, if you're RJ, no, here's even one even better. Emmanuel Quickly played 28 minutes, right? Emmanuel Quickly took 2 shots. He had 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, and finished the game with 6 points. What I'm saying to you is when others' shots are not going, bro, they do other stuff. When RJ Barrett's shot is not going, he don't do other stuff, man.
He used to be able to get a lot more rebounds. Like when he had terrible
Church,
shooting,
Freezy.
he get
Church.
7, 8 rebounds. Now he's just getting 4 or 5
Yeah,
at best, 4 or 5 at best. And I feel like
yeah.
that has to do with a lot of his athleticism. Just looked like it declined. He doesn't look bouncy anymore. Like he used to have a little bit of a spring in his step. He just
Right.
looks like people
Right.
say he looks overweight. Might be it.
Yeah. No, how you washed up at 22? Now,
He's
now
not.
that
No,
was now
He's
that was
not.
now that
no,
was
Freeze,
unfair.
don't go through it.
Okay, that was unfair. That was unfair. That was unfair.
You know
That
he the golden child. He untouchable. You can't
yeah,
call him washed up at
yeah, I know
22.
that wasn't fair. My bad. Yeah, that was a joke. That was a joke, man. And RJ, man, y'all know I love RJ, right? And
Because
RJ is the golden child. RJ is the future of Knicks basketball, right? But I just
we
don't
would
see
The
see.
him
real
being.
Yeah.
question is the real question is this RJ ceiling? That's the real question. Because
Yeah,
that's everybody. A lot of people feel like this is the only RJ they're gonna get for the next 10, 15 years.
yeah, but
Like,
Greeny, you know what it is? This is the thing. This is one of the things that I kind of have a small beef tip with. You notice how when we said who is going to be the X factor in tomorrow's game against the Knicks, I mean against the Warriors from the Knicks, did you notice how the conversation got drugged to the top of Mount Everest about RJ Barrett?
right back to Barrett. Right back to my
Yeah,
boy.
right. But if this was a Obi conversation, you know what I'm saying? It would have been like, no, Obi won't be the X factor. Move on. You know what I'm saying? Or Cam ain't
Keep
gonna be the
going.
X factor. Move on. But when it comes to RJ Barrett, the slightest thing we say about RJ gets certain Knicks fans up in arms where they are willing to lay down their Knicks life for RJ. And do I feel that way? Yes. But bro, come on, man. The facts are the facts. The dude took 18 shots. He played 31 minutes. People saying he was sick. The other night, he was supposedly sick. He played 37 minutes in Salt Lake City. And people saying he had pneumonia or some weird disease, something.
It's an
Listen,
excuse.
It's an excuse.
every time. It don't matter. Randall could drop 40. Oh, he's slowing up the offense.
Right. And
RJ could go out there 3 for 18. He need more time. I'm like,
something was wrong
what?
with the basketball.
Those are just
They said,
delusional, unreasonable Knicks
I
fans to
heard
say
the
that.
basketball was too dry and your hands needed to be moist in Denver.
Right. Every but
It's the
Joe,
flip of the coin. It's the flip of the coin, Freely, because he was drafted so high, people expect him to be this thing that he's not. And he's also drafted so high that people want to hold out hope that he becomes this thing that he may never be. So it's always it's a double-edged sword with RJ. He's always going to be polarizing no matter what it is. Even if he plays well, he's going to be polarizing.
Right.
I would like to
He'll
say
stop being polarizing when he gets off the Knicks and we trade him to somewhere that he needs to be.
Yeah, bro.
I would like to
Y'all,
say
y'all kill RJ Barrett no matter what. He'll start the game 1 for 5. For example, there was the game when he was 10 or 17. He started that game shooting terrible, but he ended the game with 30 points, shooting 10 or 17.
The Charlotte game.
In the beginning of the Detroit game. In the beginning of the game, everybody was killing RJ. Get him out of here. Da 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 da. By the end of the game, you didn't even see nothing about RJ was great this game. RJ was great. So like it just when he's good, everybody RJ is not da 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 da. When he's bad, get him out of here. This dude's a bust. Da da da. Like it's just you never could win. It's no can't be just I don't know, man. It's
I
gonna
would
it's
Nah,
like
gonna
to
he
it's
got
gonna
say
he got saved. He got saved.
bro.
He got
Come on, bro.
saved in the Atlanta series. He got saved all last summer, and they trying to save him this year, or where he's sick and stuff like that. He's been getting saved at every corner, every uh, block, every avenue I look through, or you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I would like to say RJ, he's gonna have his bad games, he's gonna have his good games. But tomorrow night, I hope RJ plays RJ type basketball, making his shots, getting fouled, making every free throw shots, you
Mhm.
know, and just be RJ tomorrow night.
Right.
So
Yes,
that we
sir.
can so
He needs to play and not think and just simplify the game because he's just in
Do
his
we
head.
want
It
him
looks
to
like he's
be
in his head.
RJ or do we want him to be somebody else? Because him being RJ is not very successful.
Right.
Well, all I'm gonna say is RJ made Knicks fans eat their words before, so that's why I'm so confident in him. Because I know at a point in time before this, y'all all was trying to say trade RJ Barrett,
I still want him
and
gone.
y'all still want to trade him.
I
No,
Yeah,
man.
I want him gone as bad as they want Randall gone. I want him gone.
Bro, but the whole point though, we were talking about the Golden State Warriors Knicks game tomorrow night, and every chance every time an RJ Barrett fan gets the opportunity to say RJ Barrett, you know I'm Greeny. I think Greeny. I think you might be one of them, bro. I think you are one of those that's in the church of RJ Barrett.
Bro, I drive the
He
bus. I tell
literally
y'all
just
this
said
all
it
the
though.
time.
He
I
literally
drive
just
the
said it.
bus.
He
Coach, what's
literally
Drive
good?
the
just said
bus.
it. What's up, Coach? He
salute
literally just said it
salute
though.
coach.
You know, I'm gonna chime in on this one.
Hey, Coach. So we're recording to do the audio for the to put this on Spotify and all that and Apple Podcasts and all that stuff. So just giving you a heads up. So
All
I
I'm gonna
you
say
want to
will.
is,
chime in on this one?
yeah,
Well,
coach can get in.
here's the thing. If you look at his whole season, Brother Greeny and I talked about this behind the scenes before. If you look at his whole season's numbers, this is about what his average has been. If you look at the whole season so far. Now, granted, we're disappointed because we were hoping he'd improve overall. However, it seems like accentuated or worse because The last 2 games, he's been in the slump. So that's fresh on everyone's mind. But to me, a slump is a slump. Now, if he doesn't get out of it, that's on him. Because it's all laid out for him to succeed now. So there's no more excuses. With that being said, he is our third option right now behind Julius and Jalen Brunson. And most teams would like to have a third option that averages 18 points a game, I would assume, regardless of how many shots. Because even though he ain't hitting shots, he's still a threat. People still respect him enough to put someone on him. Because the best players are still covering him at the beginning of games, if you notice. Usually the best athletic defender on the other team defends RJ to start the game. And then once they see he's not shooting well, then things switch up. Like in that last game, they started letting him shoot. So 2 to 3 games to me is a slump. It doesn't mean you're trash. So if that's making excuses for the dude, whatever. He's 22 years old. We've given up on players before too early. I don't want it to happen again. So that's all I'm going to say about that.
Oh, boy. All right. So RJ Barrett, the last 3 games, shot 22%, 27.8%, 20%. Against Detroit, against the Pistons, he was 58.8%. And then prior to the Pistons, he was 35.7%, 38.9%.
That's not good enough.
No. And quite frankly, if Obi Toppin's numbers look like that, people would be literally trying to trade Obi Toppin to somewhere.
And you said it was just a minor slump. It's been most of the season. He had like 3 good games out of 14.
Look at his numbers.
15. Yeah.
You can look at the numbers. If it takes you 18 shots to get 20 points, that means you're chucking.
I'm talking about his percentages are the same as been the last couple of years. I'm not saying it's good. It's the same as it's been.
Against the Memphis Grizzlies, RJ Barrett was 3 of 18. 0 for 6 from 3.
I know that's bad, but you're picking bad games. Look at the whole season as a whole.
No, you can look at every game and you can tell that he's chucking.
Yo, if you look at RJ Barrett's field goal percentage for this season, it is around his career average field goal percentage.
Oh,
yeah. Look at
that's what we're trying to tell you, but you guys are not.
No, we understand that. That's irrelevant
so
when that field goal percentage ain't helping us contribute. If he's supposed to be improving, not being around his career percentage.
Okay.
Right, this is year 4. This is year 4. The thing is, this year we're saying RJ's only 22. Last year we were saying RJ's only 21. The year before that we were like RJ's only 20. Man, RJ's a rookie. He's only 19. But the numbers are exactly the same.
Yeah, but I'm not expecting him to be part of our team. Don't get it twisted. Man, I'm making an excuse. You want to listen to his goal a little bit? I'm fine with that. I'm not saying just get rid of his behind.
Hey, Coach, you coming in like computer level?
Sorry, man.
Coach, you got headphones. Coach, you got headphones to put in?
I don't have it. I don't have.
I think it was choppy because of his internet, not really the headphones. It was just the internet cutting in and out.
All right, so we got to do. Yeah, we got because we're trying to do it, make it smooth, so we can put it on. We already know what it is. I already said it like 4 times. My thing with RJ Barrett, man, is not that I don't care about his improvement. What I'm saying is, why aren't Knicks fans pounding the table for the other young kids too? Why is this I asked for an X factor from the Knicks about for the Golden State Warriors game. All of a sudden, it's a filibuster of how RJ Barrett will improve someday.
That's true.
Why? And nobody's talking about Cam Reddish only getting 5 shots.
It's true.
His replacement.
Quickly being inconsistent at times too.
Yeah.
To be honest, when you ask about the X factor, um, the problem has been one particular person. If he shows up, we could win by way more. We've been competitive, completely competitive in most of the games we play. We play 14 games or 15 games,
15
and we've been competitive in every single game besides like 2. And if we ain't, and it's a fact. I watch every single game. I run home to watch it, and I make it on time, and I watch them all. And we've been competitive in every single game besides like 2 games. You know how hard that is to do in the National Basketball Association?
That's tough, bro.
And we don't appreciate it. And everybody's get Randall value up to trade him for Obi just to do runouts and grab no rebounds so we can lose by 30 and 40 every night. Right?
Right.
And then we're going to get inconsistent RJ next to him.
I'm fine if you want
to. What? You find with our best player getting traded so we can watch RJ be the leader?
No, who said that? I want Randall.
Nah, he said that.
I know that was a question. That was a question.
No, but what I'm saying is I'm fine with RJ. Like, if we win,
being a bum.
No, but who's his replacement?
Cam, obviously. I'd rather put Fournier and Grimes back in. He's not giving us anything besides the rebounds.
Yeah, you're bugging.
If that's what is he doing on defense? Is he making smart decisions on offense?
Smoke. When you ask questions, you gotta let people speak, bro.
Yeah. But the
unless
thing
it's rhetorical, this ain't this is a rhetorical question.
This ain't about like we're lucky that RJ playing like this. It hasn't cost us wins yet,
right?
Because some of his worst games were in wins.
Hold on, you said it hasn't cost us wins. It cost us the Memphis game. It cost us the OKC game. It's cost us games. And y'all trying to just let him fly by like he's not costing us. He's costing us.
You all about answers, but no solutions.
No. I'm just all about accountability, and everybody just want to bypass it.
No,
that's the difference.
So
the accountability I'm talking about is a win.
If we're gonna keep all things equal, Julius Randle, I don't know how much stock you buy into advanced analytics, but Julius Randle is literally the worst player as far as wins above replacement in the NBA. So it's you may not see it in the box score. We're talking about box score like Knicks missing shots, but there are certain other things that go into what makes a player productive or helps the team win. So I'm not gonna put everything on RJ. I'm not going to say RJ is the sole reason we win or lose games. He is a part of the reason, as well as coaching, as well as Jalen Brunson's ability to operate the offense, as well as Julius Randle remaining efficient, as well as our defense. They're all parts. They're all parts that go together because we don't have a superstar. So I'm not going to just place blame on one guy for things not going right, because I'm not about to place blame for Julius Randle being whatever he is analytically to make the team bad or something like that. Like I'm just not going to do that. RJ's average. D-Nice, he's average.
Here's the thing. In the end, it's going to bite us in the behind because we're going to need RJ to play what we need him to play at to win real games when it matters. We're going to need all 3 of them to play their game. And if he keeps doing this, we ain't going to win big games, period.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So the thing is,
but I'm not expecting him to play this bad.
With y'all on the frustration. So when he's having a bad time and a hard time like this, then OB and IQ need to get more minutes. to pick up
Right.
the slack.
Right.
Like
That's where my frustration lies, Coach. Not even in
Right.
RJ Barrett. Not even in this fake illness. Not even in the shooting slump and all this stuff. My where I'm frustrated is that we have a group of young kids, right, that are held to one standard when RJ Barrett is held to no standard. And it's
We need
clear.
to we need to pivot
It-
when he's not
it-
playing well.
yeah. The thing is, RJ Barrett has only come off the bench one time in his entire career with the Knicks, right? And when he's benched, it's a story, right? Everybody knows when RJ Barrett's playing bad and he gets benched, everybody, you know in your heart, man, yeah, he should have been benched, RJ. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Sit him down and let him. But why is it a story?
Facts.
Tibbs benched RJ. So what?
Hey,
Nobody's gonna be.
Hold on.
Nobody's gonna
If he
be
bench,
wait a
if
minute.
he bench,
Hold on. Hey, Smoke. Let me finish.
go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I am. What I'm saying is when it comes to the other kids, like quickly plays bad, you see more Derrick Rose. Obi's shots not going, you see multiple different lineups and all that stuff, right? My thing is when RJ does this, not only is it a story, but Knicks Nation rushes to his aid as if my man has to be perfect every night, and he doesn't.
so the thing
It's
is,
not just
in
that.
general, we're holding him to a higher standard.
Now, first of all, we holding him to the standard that he held himself to, right?
Thank
He
you,
said
Smoke.
he wants to be an all-star. He
Yep.
wants last year he said he wanted to be an all NBA defensive player. And we can only hold him to the standard. Like, if you want to be these things, you shouldn't be coming in bigger and heavy set. And if you is, you should be more toned and muscular, right?
Ripped.
We're not making you more slow footed. We can tell that you're regressing. You're getting fat. He eating good and he's getting lazy. We can tell.
Smoke, you say that like he'd be at Applebee's every day, bro.
No, because I got fat myself. Just eating good because you get the wife and you get the kids and then they always want to eat and you got to spend money and you just start getting big. That's just how it is. It's a natural life progression.
Before
I
you know
So
it, you
I
done
don't
put
think
on
he's
20
fat
pounds.
with fat though. I think he has like useless muscle. That's what I feel like. He has just
here we
excessive
go.
useless muscle.
It's all more. It's just more excuses. He's
That's not an
got the
excuse.
bread.
It's not an
No,
excuse, bro.
he's
You
look,
don't like
fam.
him. You said you
His
want to get rid
his
of him. So
athleticism has went down from he can't even dunk or lay the ball up
Bro,
like that as
Jeff
often as he
Green took
used
him off the
to.
dribble. Jeff Green took him off the dribble. The other Jeff Green, bro. I'm so embarrassed. I don't know what to do with myself, bro. Jeff
And then we
Green
keep
took
saying
him off the
he
dribble.
22. We keep
you
saying
a
he
triple, bro.
22, but he looked like he 32.
Freezy be stirring that pot, boy. He's hilarious.
Bro,
Yeah, he
I mean, but when you
should.
look at him,
He
he doesn't look
should. That's Barnes.
fat
That's
though. Like if
Barnes
you,
tears for you. That's Barnes tears for you.
yeah,
No,
man.
he's just catering to the RJ haters right now. That's what he's doing.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
No, I'm not.
everybody's a hater, coach,
Yeah.
because we won't hold people accountable because you just want to give them a comfy, nice little blanket and a
No,
night light so they can sleep good every night. That's
hell
not
no,
the
hell
real
no.
world.
The,
He's a
the thing is,
professional, fam. He's
the thing is,
a bum professional
the
at
thing
that
is,
we can't rely on.
the
Yeah,
thing
he's
is,
a
Knicks
professional,
fans,
and you telling us about his body fat count and what he does and how much he cares and how much he doesn't care. Y'all don't know nothing.
Exactly. It's evident though. It's obvious.
yeah, but it's not obvious that he's overweight because I'm 6'5", 6'6", and I weigh 215, and I'm in perfect shape. RJ Barrett is not in bad shape, bro. He's not, bro.
I'm
He's
not.
just not
So
at all.
why he moved the way he moving there?
Hey, but Greeny,
What are
but
you
listen,
busy watching him the whole game?
but listen, that's not the thing.
Oh
That, I
my
mean,
goodness! Now I didn't watch the game.
No, I said all you do is stare at his every movement the whole game to pick him apart.
they do it. They do it to Randall though.
Exactly. Everybody.
Yeah, they do it to Randall. It's the point I'm getting at is I don't care about RJ Barrett's struggle. Look at all the energy we're putting into a RJ Barrett conversation when you have Cam, Obi, IQ, all looking to improve, all recently have improved and showed flashes. But instead of talking about them, we're talking about RJ Barrett.
Yeah, that's all I want to talk about. I came on and all I'm hearing RJ stuff again. I want to talk about our win.
Because people don't want to let go. They want the third overall pick to be a superstar, even though he's not paid like a superstar. So you can't make people
the future
happy.
of our team. That's why we're talking about him, because he's the future of our team. That's
We're
why.
one game out of
He
the
is
third
not
team.
the future. He's the future of some other team, not the Knicks.
Regardless of how
He's
you
our
feel this,
future
Smith,
third or
he's
fourth
the
option.
future
That's
of
fine
our
with
team.
me.
If we do not have RJ Barrett on our team, we have no direction, bro. You make no sense.
That is not true. We can win without him. It's clear. That's why we won without him. He got benched for like the last 6 minutes, and we contributed and we won the game. When your man got put on the bench, we start producing better.
And
Like, let's keep it real.
And put on a mask. Yeah, that's so lame, bro.
Like, see, this is the problem, and I don't mean to cut you off. I just need to be honest and clear. Like, why we keep handling this man with kid gloves? The NBA is about production, not what we see in the future. Is he producing or is he not producing?
And coach, just to shift gears real quick.
Some games he has, some game he hasn't.
Yeah. So just to regress real quick, man. I mean, not regress, but to shift gears just real quick. So Hartenstein has seemed to disappear the last few games, right? And I don't. And listen,
they've been calling some dumb fouls on him. What? If you're gonna bring up stuff, bring up the right stuff. Then why hasn't he been in the game? Because they've been calling dumb fouls.
I bring up whatever I want to bring up.
All right.
What I'm saying is, I was going to say something that cut me off. What I'm saying is, Hartenstein has not put up the same numbers that he had been putting up in previous games. My fear is that Tibbs is going back and forth with the Sims and Hartenstein, who sits thing too much. And instead of allowing one guy to start and get used to that role while Mitch is out, and the other guy to be the backup and get used to that role while Mitch is out. Because when Mitch returns, it's going to be shuffled again. So why not show some level of consistency while Mitch is out? And I understand that a lot of this has to do with matchups, teams going small, some teams going big, and teams went big against us. Utah went big against us. Cleveland went big against us, right? With huge dudes playing the three and all of that stuff. What I'm saying is I believe if Hartenstein starts for the rest of the way, he can at least get into a groove. Because he's not a bad play. He's not as bad as what the box score looks like.
I wanna speak on the reason why he doesn't look that well in that lineup. And it's because we have in that starting lineup, we have like four guys that put the ball on the ground and don't really utilize the big as anything more than a guy that sets a pick or catches a lob. And he's not a lob catcher, and he's not a traditional rim runner. And he fits better with the secondary lineup because he actually passes, and the guys in the secondary lineup know how to play off ball a lot better.
Right.
And Sims would fit better in the starting lineup because he fits the Mitch archetype of player that only needs to catch the lob. And I feel like we're just miscasting him in that starting lineup because he doesn't necessarily do the things that like for instance, when RJ drives to the paint off pistol action, he's looking for the lob. We're not running any pinch posts for Hartenstein, which is his best skill set. We're not running anything that makes Hartenstein a decision maker, and he's not a guy that's going to catch lobs like Mitch. So he's running up and down, just set a screen, and then not be involved at all, which is why we're not seeing any numbers from him because he's not really getting the ball to make decisions. He's not really getting the ball off a lob. And we have Randall, RJ, Brunson, and Cam. And if we're going for a position, like pound for pound for a position, Hartenstein is probably for his position the best passer in the starting lineup. If we count guys equally for their position as far as skill set, he's probably the best passer, but we don't give him the ball to be that. So we're not going to see any numbers out of him in that starting lineup. Right. We'll see it in the secondary lineup.
Go ahead,
We'll
coach.
His
see it in
numbers have
the
gone down because he's been in foul trouble. It's not because the way he's been playing.
even in the minutes that he's playing, he's not very
He had 9
productive as
rebounds
far
in
as
20 minutes
stats.
2
But
games
he's
ago.
getting he has no points and no assists. He's like because he's not being used in the offense that way. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
and he
saying.
don't catch lobs because they don't throw
same
to
thing to
him.
Cam Reddish.
Because he's not gonna go get a lob like Sims or Mitch is.
Yeah,
That's
he's
why they
not,
don't
bro.
really give it
You
to him.
haven't seen his highlights before he was on the Knicks. He was catching mad lobs all the time.
And they're not throwing it to him
But
for a reason
coach,
because they don't trust
coach,
him like that.
but coach, our thing is our guards don't. Other teams have guards that can play make. RJ Barrett is not a playmaker, right? I'm sorry, and I know, and I'm saying right now in this moment he's not. I'm not saying down the road he won't be.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is in this moment, RJ, think about the guards and stuff that Hartenstein has played with and the unselfish play. If we played more unselfish, Cam would get more touches and Hartenstein would get more touches. And just real quick before you go, because you were right on a couple of things, and I just wanted to just highlight a couple of things that Coach said, right? The foul thing, one, does keep Hartenstein from being an effective offensive player, right? I agree with that, right? My other thing, too, though, that I wanted to point out, if Hartenstein starts knocking down the three, I think it opens up a whole world of offense for that starting unit, even when Mitch comes back. If Hartenstein becomes a threat from three, even when Mitch comes back, Hartenstein may still get serious minutes with the starting five. I'm not saying that he'll start every game, but what I'm saying is you'll see him running with RJ, Brunson, Randall, and Cam. And the other thing too, Coach, just real quick, you notice Hartenstein was fluid when him, Obi, and Cam were playing together on the second unit.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And it ain't about the start for me. It's just significant minutes with both groups.
It's who he's on the court with to me because I don't feel like the coach is actively going out his way to use his skill set. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not saying Hartenstein is bad. I'm saying our offense is not catered to Hartenstein's skill set.
Yeah, I'm just saying I see Brunson, I see Rose, I see IQ get picks set by Hartenstein, and he rolls to the basket, and they don't dump it to him. I've seen it so many times where he's rolled in the basket. They don't ever pass to the roll man.
Right.
Like,
they don't pass to the roll. They don't pass to the roll man because they're not used to hitting guys for the short roll that'll come up and throw up that floater. They're used to the guy who will roll all the way to the basket and catch a lob no matter who's standing in front of the rim.
I'm talking about when he rolls to the lane. I'm not talking about the pop when he gets in the pop position.
But we have to be completely honest here. There's a difference when you throw a lob to Sims and Mitch over throwing a lob to Hartenstein. There's just a clear difference. I'm just letting you know.
Right. They're going to do with the pick and roll, though. I'm not talking about throwing lobs out of it. Just
but that's what we use our bigs for. That's what we use our bigs for. We don't want our bigs to dribble and go into a move.
Go ahead, Coach. I was going to say just because I think you and Coach are halfway to getting on the dance floor together. And Coach, what I think is that Hartenstein can handle the ball off the short roll, put it on the floor, 2 dribbles, or go to the basket, or catch the lob. But our guards only want to throw lobs, period. So if they just hit Hartenstein at the free throw line, he could throw up his floater. But you know why he can't throw up his floater, Coach? Because they don't get him the ball. Our guards don't have vision, period.
Yeah, and you want to know why? Because they're so used to a non-offensive center. That's the problem. Like, they're used to just throwing to a guy. They can only throw lobs to him.
And if the coach emphasized it, it would be done. But I don't think Tibbs is emphasizing giving him the ball on the short roll.
Hey, Dre, hey, listen, and here's the other thing, too, I wanted to mention, since we're getting deep into real basketball talk, right? Since we're talking about real basketball talk, and Greeny will probably like this, right? When our guard comes off the ball to the left, they never, now, mind you, a right-handed person going to the right can see left because it's easier for them to, but a right-handed person going left doesn't look back right. It's just human beings.
It's awkward.
But we have guys open in the corner that's evacuated, and we never dump the ball back over. Rose do it. Rose will do it occasionally. Well, you'll see him jump in the air so that he can throw it over the top of the defender, right? But if the defender put his hands up, it's like a weird thing, right? But
Yeah,
we never hit.
Yeah, my fault. My fault. I was gonna say that's what separates the elite playmakers because they can make the pass with the left or the right hand, no matter where they are in the court. Like Trae Young will hit that guy in that corner with his left hand.
Right.
His offhand on the dot.
Trae Young will run that. Trae Young will run that so the defender can come and try to cut him off in the lane so he can get the open guy in the short corner for three.
Yeah, and we don't have like the elite playmaker on this team.
Right.
Like, I don't understand why Tibbs. I think this will help RJ start to be a better playmaker, as if they use him in the pick and roll where he has like Hartenstein, because they're both lefties. You know, Hartenstein's a lefty too.
Hartenstein needs to be used as a safety valve to release pressure on the guy on the offensive players. No, I'm saying I'm agreeing with you, but where teams would go. Yeah, go ahead, coach.
I never see them run the Clippers pick and roll where like Hartenstein, he sets picks for the point guards, but they don't set it up where he sets picks for the wings.
Like off-ball picks.
Yeah, so if you set a pick for RJ to where he can drive to the hole and then Hartenstein rolls down the opposite block, well, RJ has a choice of having only one-on-one layup instead of going up on two guys or passing it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
but he doesn't make the decision early enough for one. And Greeny, Greeny played point guard. Greeny, what school did you go to? UNLV? Greeny played point guard at UNLV or somewhere he went, right? And so Greeny, you can explain to everybody, when you run the pick and roll, once you get off that man, right, you identify, the first thing you do is identify where the drop man is, right?
Yeah,
identify the next defender. If he drops off, you either pull up for a jump shot or you put up a floater, right? If he comes towards you, right? If he comes towards you, right? You have to look at where your outlets are. You're gonna have two. Usually it's somebody in the dunker spot or somebody in the far corner for three, right? RJ Barrett turns the corner and barrels to the rim regardless who's there or not. Regardless who's in that coverage or not. And that's why he got his shot blocked the other day by a 6'2" point guard.
he got his shot blocked by Braun last night.
So what I'm saying is I'm not knocking RJ Barrett for where he is in his development. What I'm saying is, if this was Cam Reddish doing these things that RJ Barrett is doing, we would just flat out want to cut him. We want to have Cam Reddish working third shift at Target Distribution Center. What I'm saying, RJ Barrett gets the longest leash. That's the longest leash at the Guinness Book of World Records for longest leashes, bro.
The frustrating thing about it is because we've seen RJ make the right read before, and he just decides not to on other occasions. And that's what gives him more leash, because we've seen him for so many years. So it's like, oh, we know he can do it, but he never does it consistently. And people have a shorter leash on a guy they've seen less. Like if we had Cam Reddish from the beginning of his career, people would be feeling the same way about him as we feel about RJ. Well, the fan base feels about RJ.
Right, they felt about that last year. You remember how they said Cam was low motor?
They felt that way about Cam in Atlanta. They felt that way about Cam in Atlanta, even though he was highly inconsistent with it.
Dre, they felt about that when you remember. I don't know if y'all were here or not, man. But listen, when Cam Reddish was traded here, the rumor was Tom Thibodeau didn't want Cam. That's why Cam's not playing. That was the rumor, and nothing could be further from the truth. Tom Thibodeau said it in 3 different press conferences, and people still took it as Tibbs don't like Cam. Tibbs basically said you took a guy that was situational and traded him for a guy that we've got to play. Where do I find these minutes? That's what Tom Thibodeau said in the press conference. He said
Because
Kevin Knox was
half our
situational.
fan base is conspiracy theorists.
Yeah, well, that's Coach. You're absolutely right, bro. I agree with you again. I'm gonna start ringing the bell every time me and Coach agree, bro. I'm just gonna have to ring the bell all night long, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Everyone's a mind reader and a conspiracy theorist.
Right.
They
As
know-
opposed to letting these things play out for what they are, right?
We're a game behind the Donovan Mitchell-led team.
Right.
We're one game out of the third seed. Y'all know that right now?
Yeah.
The Atlanta Hawks is 8-6. I mean, 9-6, and we're 8-7. We're a game out of third seed.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm happy about it. We could be even better. That's just the point. We need to take advantage of this. RJ needs to get his butt in gear. We need to get these wins when we can, because there's going to be other teams getting better.
Yeah.
Too. So we need to tighten it up and figure it out. And we need to just SGA and Cat and LeBron, or none of these dudes are walking through the door in the next month or so.
Nope.
We got what we got. We need to get as many wins as we can right now with this group, because we're already going young. We can't tank any more than we are unless we just lose on purpose. It ain't like we're gonna get a low pick. We got a bunch of picks. We got young players. Let's just do what we can and use our picks and try to pick up something or move up in the draft with all those picks. Maybe get a free agent or two and make the best of this year, man. That's all we can do. If that's me being a homer, then call me a homer then. I'm a fan. Deal with it.
I mean, you're never gonna root for losses, Coach. So it's not your makeup. So
No,
I understand that. I
I'm not
understand
gonna
that
take,
completely.
even if we had all bums and rookies, I'm gonna still want to win.
Right. Hey, Coach, just real quick on the RJ Barrett thing. I'm gonna just want to throw something out there, just because I think you and I are part of the Cam Hive, right? RJ, but listen, these are RJ Barrett's numbers so far through 15 games, and this is advanced numbers, right? RJ Barrett's assist percentage today through 15 games is a career low 12.6%. For his career, it's at 13.8%, which is atrocious. 13.8% is hot dog water for a dude with a high usage rate, right?
Mm-hmm.
His steal percentage is 0.7%. That's a career low, right? His block percentage is 0.4 per 100 possessions. That means every 100 possessions by the defense, RJ Barrett gets 0.4 blocks. But his usage rate is 25.1. It's the second highest of his career. These are the type things that I'm pointing out about RJ that's not us wanting to hate on RJ, but these are facts. That's what I'm saying. If RJ is indeed struggling, how about give somebody else a chance? Can we see some more Cam? Is Cam Reddish is Cam Reddish a playmaker? Do you think Cam Reddish can make plays with the ball in his hand?
Hey, who's the one during the game at the end of the game yesterday that said we need to put these 5 guys in right now? And one of them was an RJ, and one of them was an iHeart. 2 guys I love. And I know what's best for the team, bro. That's just my MO. And I said that if y'all watched the game hangout last night, I said it, the 5 that he put in, 30 seconds later he did it.
Yeah.
We ain't never had that lineup all year, them 5.
Right.
Was I lucky? Maybe. But I don't know. Like, I don't just put stuff out there just because I want to try to make noise or be a homer or be too positive. I do because I
Fuck
look at
no.
the game. I look at stuff, and
You want to smoke one more time before I go to bed?
you know, I try to make it.
You
Ooh,
good?
Hey, Smoke. Hey, Smoke. Come on, bro. I'm gonna move Smoke back in the thing. I just
I
can't.
try to make an educated decision on what I see
Yeah.
as a coach myself. So I agree. RJ is a problem right now, and I said this to Greeny before off the air. As a coach, when I have a player that I'm counting on for some stuff is going through a hard time and is in a bad funk, I tell him, look, man, you need to let the game come to you. Don't force stuff. Help your teammates get off. And that's what leaders do. And if Thibodeau can't have that conversation with him and RJ can't do it, then he's got to be out. That's just the way it goes.
Can we be more patient with RJ, bro?
The only reason why we're this patient with RJ at this point is because we got no one to replace him with that's worthy. Now, patience-wise, as far as Thibodeau goes, yes, he's kept him in a little longer than we wanted him to a few times because I think he's trying to let him get out of the funk himself and play his way out of it. But when push comes to shove, when the games were on the line, he took him out. And that's what it came down to. Tibbs did make – I'll give Tibbs credit. The last two games we won, he took him out.
Right.
When the Esh hit the fan, And in the end, I got to give props to Tibbs on that because he made that hard decision to do that.
Right.
He's also – how much he's forced his way letting Fournier play, and now he ain't even playing him. Like, everyone wants to fire him, and I'm one of the guys. I don't think he's the right guy in the end of this job, but I got to give him credit. Maybe he's feeling the heat, and he's doing some things that go against his own personal philosophies right now. Maybe is Tom Thibodeau starting to adapt?
Right. Well, before we shift into the Tibbs thing, why not just instead of RJ getting all this usage, where is Grimes?
No, yeah, I like the other point you were saying, Cam, because I said it mid-game last game, but Cam needs the usage. Run the offense through Cam.
Right. Right.
Let him get that usage.
Right.
I'm more inclined to just give more usage to Jalen than to do that because I feel like Cam has found his pocket playing within the offense, and if you give him too much, you might just have an information overload and then start making bad decisions.
Yeah, I don't want to do it all at once. Like ease it on him eventually. You know what I'm saying? Like a little bit each game, a little more.
Like maybe give him a little pistol action that RJ gets here and there, but I wouldn't like give him picks at the top of the key and let him do stuff.
Yeah, killing me with terms. Help us understand what pistol action is.
So when the pistol action is when you draw up a down screen off the top of the wing, maybe the top right or the top left wing, and it's a pick that the big comes up and sets, and it's already set up by the point guard to hit the guy on the wing that's getting momentum to go down into the paint. So once you set that in motion, it forces the defense to shift and make a decision where it's like you either pick up the ball handler or the ball handler's just going to go right to the rim and get a layup, or you try to stop the center from rolling all the way down on the backside while there's your point guard at the top of the key and a guy on the weak side corner and a guy on the weak side wing, usually when you run pistol action. So if we were to let Cam do that, he could use his explosiveness and his length to give teams a problem. And that also simplifies the read for the guy getting the ball off the screen. It simplifies the read where he only has 2 or 3 decisions to make. Whereas if you were to run just a traditional pick and roll at the top of the key, team defenses can set up and load up against that because they'll see it coming directly, whereas you already have an action set up away from the ball to initiate it. So if we were to give that for Cam. It will let Cam make reads that allow him to use his length to see over the defense or go downhill, attack the paint, or even hit the lob for the roll man or the dump down for the roll man. I really wouldn't expect them to hit the guy in the corner or anything like that. I don't think it's necessary. It kind of simplifies it even further for him, at least.
Right. Hey, the reason why I asked is because sometimes we speak high level basketball stuff, and we got to remember, man, it's 3,000 or 4,000 people are going to watch this video eventually, and we just want to make sure that when we get into, but you know that already, right?
Yeah, like if you watch Knicks basketball, you've seen RJ do it maybe 4 or 5 times a game. You just may not actually know the name for it.
Yeah,
but if
and
I
it doesn't
describe
look
it,
and it doesn't look fluid at all because it's decision making.
It's not very smooth, and we've been running that same pistol action to get RJ some looks at the rim, like manufactured looks at the rim for the last 3 years since Tibbs has been here.
All right, and coach, this is why Dre says give Brunson those touches, because through 15 games, Jalen Brunson's usage rate is 23.6%. Now, mind you, RJ Barrett's usage rate is 25.1. Who's the point guard? How does your point guard have a lower usage rate than your inefficient scorer? Right?
Because Jalen Brunson is too unselfish.
Right. And I'm glad you said that, right? Jalen Brunson's assist percentage with the Dallas Mavericks was somewhere in the neighborhood of 24%. With the New York Knicks, his assist percentage is 33.2%. His steal percentage with the Mavericks was somewhere in the neighborhood of 1.15. With the Knicks, his steal percentage is 1.7. His block percentage with the Mavericks is somewhere in the neighborhood of 0.15. With the Knicks, it's 0.4. Now, here's where things actually become impressive, really impressive. His turnover percentage with the Dallas Mavericks was somewhere in the neighborhood of about 11.5, 12% per 100 possessions. With the New York Knicks, it's down to 9.3. Has Jalen Brunson had an impact with the New York Knicks? Yes. Right? And so here's the thing. Will those numbers change if you give Jalen Brunson more touches? I mean, more touches, not more shots. I'm talking about Jalen Brunson with touches with the basketball in his hands.
Here's the thing. I think because of the way Jalen Brunson plays, he starts off the game, and a lot of the game he's trying to get everyone else going first because he knows he can get going whenever he wants to.
Right.
I know that sounds crazy to hear, but he's proved that every game, almost all of our wins, he's turned it on in the fourth. Like sometimes midway through the game, people say, Brunson's a little, he's not doing much. Then all of a sudden, he's shooting 50%. He's got 20 points. He's got 7 assists. At the end of the game, he just always seems to turn it on whenever we need him.
Right.
Now, there's a game or two here and there that, he didn't finish, but, he's not.
You also have to take into account on the Mavericks, he was basically the number 2 option. And
right.
he's not splitting as much usage. Like, I know it's a Luka show over there a lot, but somebody else has to get the ball. Where it's on this team, Randall gets a lot of usage, RJ gets a lot of usage, and Brunson gets a lot of usage. So it's being split between 3 people, whereas it was just split between 2 people. Even though Luka gets a ton of usage, there's still some left over. There's still a little bit left over, but it's split between 3 people here. So.
But I agree with you, Dre, what you said earlier a couple of points ago, that I think Jalen Brunson, until RJ fixes, if he ever fixes it, is the one that needs to, I think Randall right now, he's in his sweet spot with how much we want him to handle the ball. Because if he does it a little too much, he chucks up a little extra 3 or 2 that we don't want him to chuck, or he gets a turnover.
Yeah, I want Randall's decisions to just be simplified, where it's just like go downhill, take the jumper, or make the simple pass. Well, the moment we ask Randall to start doing too much while he's tired, but that's when the turnovers come. That's when
And
he's doing
he's leading the team in usage rate, by the way, too, at 26.6%.
who Randall?
Randall.
Yeah,
Right.
so
And,
like
and so, so for,
yeah,
so
go ahead.
just real
Go ahead.
He's really gone up
Yeah.
higher these last 6-7 games. He's been averaging like 23.
yeah, so just
Randall has always been the number one option, so
yeah, and so here's the thing, just for those that don't know how what Randall's usage rate is like. The Pelicans, it was 27.8. First year Knicks, 27.6. Most improved year, 29.3. Last year, 28.7. This year, his usage rate is down again to 26.6.
because he has to respect Brunson being on the court. You have to give it to a real point guard.
Or he wants to win.
That's true. I mean, we also have to take into account when Tibbs is still hands on. He still calls out plays what he wants to see, and he'll legitimately call out plays for whoever he wants to see get a shot. Like we'll see him call out the pistol for RJ to get RJ going. We'll see him call out, hey, we want to post up for Randall, so I'm gonna call out a post up. You know what I'm saying? So we've seen it where Tibbs isn't an offensive mind, but he's also like a control freak. So he'll put his hands out to call plays more often than a lot of other teams do. Well, a lot of other coaches do with fruit. But he's also learning to let go a little bit and give us some more freedom of movement and motion. He'll let the offense figure it out himself, but he's not as hands on as he used to be, but he's still a bit hands on.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
So guys, I'm gonna wrap this up right here before it gets too long. I mentioned before when we first started that we were gonna do like the audio podcast joint so that we can let the world know that the big, is it the Big Paisan? That's what it is, Coach. Is that the name? Let me know if I'm saying it right.
Yeah, that's right. Big Paisan.
All right, so we had to let the Big Paisan, let the world know that the Big Paisan actually exists, and we had to let the world know that Dre is actually a really 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 sharp dude. We got to put Dre out there more. And we gotta let what I'm saying. So we trying to cross over into. I always believe the grass is greener on the other side. So I'm trying to get to the other side where that green grass is. So thank you everybody for coming through, rocking with us. This is our first attempt at trying to do the audio podcast. Yo, Smoke is back. Hey, Smoke, what's going on, man? Can you hear me?
Got to get the switch
Yeah.
with them kids.
I was just backstage being patient.
Yeah, nah, man. We heard all kind of cuss words coming through your mic.
Yeah, it's wild over here. I apologize about that, man. I wanted to say that. That's why I came back. My bad about that. I thought I muted. I'm sorry.
Nah, man. We just trying to.
You didn't offend us. We were just trying to keep it PG.
Yeah, for the crossover, he don't cuss more than me. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to keep it PG on this crossover thing. So we're gonna get out of here. Smoke, when are you gonna invite us to your joint?
Y'all always welcome. I've just been being sporadic because my setup is not as good as it was before. Right. I'm about to buy another computer. I've had the setup, but my computer broke. Right. So that's why I've been more sporadic and not as consistent as I was last year. Yeah. But
hey, can you tell everybody? Can you tell everybody what the name of your YouTube channel is?
The name of my YouTube channel is The Smoking Nick, as the tag says, my handle. And come through. It's raw, it's uncut. I smoke, I curse. It's not for the kids. So if you come into my show, put the kids to bed. You feel me? It's like it's one of those unadulterated, because we need Freezy, for the mainstreams. But I'm like Knicks After Dark type stuff. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. So shout out to the Smoking Nick. That's
I
our
appreciate
man.
that too, Freezy. I swear to God, 100.
That's family right there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to everybody that came through. G Money, Adam G, Greeny, the Big Paisan, aka Coach Malpica, Dre. Salute to everybody in the chat and everything, man. I think overall,
Salute.
I'm gonna download this and put it in those audio platforms where you can download it and listen. Once you download it, also give us a review. Review it. Let us know how we did, and that'll be that. So thank you for watching. We out of here, y'all. Peace.